After back-to-back weeks of canceled games, it was a return to play Saturday night for the Wisconsin football team as the Badgers made the trip to Ann Arbor to take on the Michigan Wolverines. We'll check out some of the highlights from Saturday's game at the Big House. We'll also hear from Wisconsin left tackle Cole Van Lanen, and we'll sit down with head coach Coach Chryst. All coming up on this week's edition of the Badgers Sports Report.
Son Haskins to the left of the quarterback. Milton takes a snap. Badgers bring in 4. Milton, tight pocket throwing. It's picked off. Leo Chanel at the 30. Left side 25 to the 20 to the 15-yard line. And down to the 12 goes Leo Chanel. That got him between the 4 and the 5. It was right there for him, and the second turnover that the Badger defense creates.
I was not expecting that. That came right to my chest. Just as soon as I caught that, I'm like, wow, what just happened? I just started running. All my teammates gave me a hard time for not scoring touchdowns. But I'm just happy to get a turnover there and just, do my part, do what's expected.
5 to shoot. Price off the wing. Hanging, he's spotted. Down the lane, slam dunk, counted, and a foul.
Badgers move from the field house to the Final 4.
Touchdown, Wisconsin. Kendrick Pryor.
Oh! Play spot open.
The Badger Sports Report is built by Ford, a proud partner of Wisconsin athletics. By Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Hy-Vee proudly supports the Wisconsin Badgers. And UW Health Sports Medicine, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org.
When you've been injured, you need the hometown team on your side. Trust us to get you back in the game. Call Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. One call, that's all.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. WEAbenefits.com.
Some see a grilled cheese sandwich and ask why. I see a new kitchen with a grill and ask why not.
I really need to start adding less to cart and more to savings.
Sitting on this couch so long made me want to make some changes, starting with this couch.
Yeah, I need a house with a different view. And this is the bank that will help you do it all. Because at U.S. Bank, our people are dedicated to turning your new inspiration into your next pursuit.
Come on. Let's go.
Come on, let's go in.
Toyotathon is on. 'Tis the season for great year-end deals.
Right now, during Toyotathon, you can get $2,000 customer cash on a stylish new 2020 Camry. Visit Toyota.com to learn more.
Don't miss out. Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Injured? You need a team you can trust. Call Gruber Law Offices today, serving the people of Wisconsin for over 30 years. Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of Wisconsin Badger Athletics. One call, that's all.
Game, 2 receivers right, 1 on the left, Pryor slot right, motions left, takes the handoff, jet sweep, now a reverse, going the other way. That's Chimere Dike at the 30, 25-20, Dike to the 10, to the 5, and out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. Jamon Green forces him out of bounds as the Badgers run a reverse. It's the snap, little play fake, rolls off to his right, Milton will let it go, and it's caught across the, picked off, and it's going to go the other way. It looked like Scott Nelson coming up with it for Wisconsin.
And fullback is John Chanel. Here's a play fake, rolling left, Burks throws left side, wide open, that's caught. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Mason Stockey with his second touchdown reception in as many games. Pistol formation, Nikhil Watson behind the quarterback, Graham Mertz. In motion is Pryor. They'll tease a jet sweep. Handoff Watson up the middle. He's inside the 5. Watson to the end zone. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Nikhil Watson blasting north-south and goes in standing. And it's 27-0, Wisconsin. 2 tight ends, 4th and goal, a half yard away. Michigan trying to get on the scoreboard. Replay overturning. A call on the field for a touchdown. They need to cover about 1.5 foot. Milton takes. He's going to run it. Works the right side, and he is stopped short. The Badgers come up where the goal line stand. 2nd down and 9, Wisconsin at the 13-yard line. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Snap the Mertz out of the shotgun. Looks to throw. Fires over the middle. That's caught. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Jake Ferguson. Nice grab. Nice ball from Mertz as the Badgers extend the lead to 31 points with 4:45 left in the 3rd quarter. 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. Jalen Berger, the lone setback. They'll give it to Davis, though. Jet sweep left, and he slips a couple of tackles into the end zone. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Oh, what work. Danny Davis breaking tackles. He's a running machine, and the Badgers are in the end zone again.
Danny would have been the starter in the previous 2 games that ended up being canceled. Nebraska and Purdue. Danny, the junior out of Kimberly, and the name Vandenboom means a lot in the state of Wisconsin. Ball at the 28-yard line. Wisconsin territory. 1st down handoff up the middle. 35-40, 45-50, 45-40. Big John Chanel, the fullback, inside the 30 of Michigan.
Sampson in its center right now for Wisconsin. Here's the handoff to Berger off the left side, inside the 20. Berger 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Wisconsin. Jalen Berger in for the first time as a Badger, as Wisconsin pours it on in Ann Arbor tonight.
Well, it was a good night, and I'm really proud of the way that everyone kind of worked through what we've gone through. It was great to get back to playing, but I thought the coaches put together a heck of a plan, and most importantly, the players made it come to life, and I thought they did a nice job of just starting fast, and obviously the takeaways were huge, and playing complementary football. Get 2 early takeaways, and offensively able to put it in, and guys kept playing.
It's going from like the highest to highs, just playing your first game and winning. That was the biggest thing. And then the next morning you go in and go to hang out with all the guys and go get a lift, and it turns out you test positive for corona. But I guess that's just the reality you live in now. And really just, for me, it was accepting that. And it obviously hurt for a couple of days, but then you get through it and you power through it. And then it was good to get back. And everybody says like the Big Ten protocol it's too long, but I think they do a great job of organizing it and really like taking care of the players, and going through it really showed me that. So I appreciate that. And but it was great to get back. These last few weeks have been, some adversity. I think there's always adversity in life. This time it happened to be, a virus that, got into our team, but I really think that we really came prepared tonight. Just each week we've said, okay, we got this team, and let's prepare. And we went all into each team we thought we were going to play each week. And I really just think that our focus was really there, just being able to play week by week, day by day, and just getting ready that way.
And it kind of just popped out, and good things happen when you're on the ball. So I was in a good position where I could make a play, and it was just had to make it, had to help the team out. Like you said, his first play on defense, and then Leo gets one the next drive. It was Coach Leonard was just kind of preaching on it throughout. Just play big early, big plays early, set the tone, and just kind of keep it rolling from there.
They did great. They got on their blocks and they held them real well, got their feet past the line of scrimmage like they're supposed to. Blocking vertical, just, balling, going all out every play for each other and for me and for anybody else who got the ball. And out of the fullbacks, low pad level, keep your feet moving. We talk about that all week. Coach Set emphasizes low pad level, keep your feet moving. That's just what they do. Jalen's a great running back. He's a great addition to the backfield. He can add. He does have a lot of speed, so that's something that he can add on to the running back position. And he's still young right now, and I feel like once he picks it, once he gets everything going for himself, he's definitely going to be a great guy.
Be able to go out there and just help my team in any way I can. It was anything I could dream of. So it was great to kind of get back into the swing of things, be able to make a couple plays, and just kind of get back out there with the guys. It was a long time coming. So I'm very grateful for just being out there, having the opportunity to be out there.
Ordering groceries online from Hy-Vee is easy, and how I save time, especially during the holidays. For me, it doesn't get any better. Hey, I'll pass the rolls.
Please pass the gravy.
I got you.
I'll do it. Hy-Vee aisles online. We deliver to Mahomes and your home for the holidays.
Does anyone need a knife?
No.
You've heard the saying, if it looks like bacon and it tastes like sausage, it's probably Johnsonville sausage strips. Oh, you never heard that? Well, sausage strips are pretty new. They're strips of sausage in amazing flavors like maple and chorizo. You can find this meaty miracle by the bacon, even though it's sausage.
Whoa.
Second down and 3. Watson and Stocky, the backfield combo. Works under center, takes the snap, play fake, back to throw, break protection, fires right seam. That's caught by Chimere Dike at the 30-yard line of Michigan. Jamont Green on the coverage.
Well, the first road game now behind them. The Wisconsin Badgers will be taking a little bus trip down to Evanston for next week's game against the Northwestern Wildcats down in Ryan Field. Joined now by head coach Coach Chryst, and to say the least, I think it's safe to say that everyone in your program is grateful to have had the opportunity here to get the season going again. And Paul, one of the things I think we touched on a little bit in some earlier shows, every year as a coach or as a coaching staff, you try to tell your players, and most of them figure this out anyway, that you should never feel lost on a depth chart, no matter where you might line up on it. Pretty safe to say that this year that rings true more than ever, right? I mean, you might be a third teamer or wherever, but there's injury, but then obviously this virus where all of a sudden things can change pretty quickly for you.
Yeah, and right, we say that a lot, but you're going to believe it this year, right? Like if your player comes in and it's happening, right? And it has been, grateful to get back to playing, right? And then, you saw it. There's guys that are a couple weeks ago weren't at the depth, where they or on the depth chart where they probably weren't going to see action. And, we travel with a number of guys that weren't on the travel squad for Illinois. And you're right, we haven't played a lot of games, so it's not a lot of them due to injury. There's a few because of injury, and then it's, with the COVID and the 21 days, it is certainly everyone has to be developing, and it could, in a short period of time, you could go from being the third guy to the starter, and I think we kind of had I don't know that we knew how this was going to shape out, but you had an idea, so we tried to do as much in practices, especially right from the beginning, where you're trying to work the young guys on a lot of the special teams work, and certainly their offense and defense, and even in daily practices, having periods where they're still able to kind of hone their craft a little bit, knowing or anticipating that their number might be called sooner than later, and that's been the case with really a number of guys.
Those are the practices, and then during the time where activities had to be paused, Paul, and then obviously when you were in isolation, what were you able to do to stay engaged, keep your guys at least as mentally sharp as possible while you couldn't get on the practice field with them?
Right, and when it happened, we didn't really know how long that we would be out. So we're getting ready for Nebraska, and had two practices, a Monday and a Tuesday practice, and then we got word that we weren't going to be playing that game. With the pause at that time, so we started kind of working on and preparing for Purdue. And, with the players, we're talking about that. And you didn't want to rush into it, but you were starting to have meetings with it. And so you can still do a lot of things virtually with them, and coaches were doing that. And then trying to stay in touch, team meetings, just to kind of stay connected to each other. And then we found out that we weren't going to do the produce, and he started going on missions. So it was, you're always kind of working on something, working towards something. And I think that was important for us, and that's why we're certainly glad to be back going.
One of the things that's always impressed me about football, and you have to because of the roster size, where everything is down to the minute, not just in practices or meetings, but in travel. And now I would think TJ Engels, his job, there's more to it, Pete Whiten, where you have to think about everything. I've heard this with baseball, and you're hearing it obviously in the NFL. I mean, that's, you're aware of that, but I guess you really have to rely on TJ and his group as much as you ever have, maybe more than you ever have.
You do, and really kind of so many different little things that, and you don't know that, is it going to make a difference? So you try to brainstorm and do as much as possible. But I think you try to be, I think you're accurate in what you're saying. It's every little detail, from how we're born to what are we eating or when are we eating, and how are we going to manage this group, and certainly the schedules. But every detail you're trying to figure out, is this something that is this right for the group? Could it put us at a little bit more risk or not? And so you really appreciate the work and the time that they spend in this, and it allows us to really, and what you want for your players is to where they're really not having to think. And I think we're guilty of always trying to kind of keep a routine. This year's obviously been very different that way. And I've appreciated the players. They understand that, and they know that it's going to be a little bit different. But even with the changes, you want there to be some rhythm to it. And I think we've done a pretty good job of that so far.
Stay with us. More to come as we continue with the Badger Sports Report.
If we build this, all the legendary players will magically appear, and we'll have sports again. I call it the Field of Fame. Of course, I'll have to tear down the garage, fill in the pool, and lose the trees. So can I get a loan?
So, as your friend, I love it, but as your banker, not so much.
Let me talk to the friend.
You could always invest in a college fund.
No, my kids aren't going to college. They're going to work at the stadium.
Our kids are going to college.
Sports are back.
My wife wants to build a college.
And not a moment too soon.
Welcome to Toyotathon.
Hey.
Ready for a great deal?
You know it.
With savings on Camry, RAV4, Highlander, and more, it really is the most magical time of the year. Can you pretend you didn't see this?
But I'm seeing it.
Right now, you can get $2,250 customer cash on a spacious new 2020 Toyota Highlander or Highlander Hybrid. Visit Toyota.com to learn more.
You never know what you'll find at Toyotathon. Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Well, Cole, when the Big Ten decided to go ahead with the season in September, I was obviously happy for all of you guys, players, coaches, everybody, but especially someone like you who came back, who wanted to be with your teammates here one more time, build your own resume, obviously, to get into the NFL. What in the world has this been like for you? It's been, I would guess, a big roller coaster ride emotionally, but even the last few weeks when there was a pause button on the season and then a restart, to continue the season, what's that been like for you?
Yeah, it's definitely been a roller coaster starting since, like July. I mean, even from the beginning, having to do what we did this off season, we're all on our own, doing our own thing, trying to come back. And we finally were able to come back, following all the protocols, just doing everything we were told. And then when the season got canceled, obviously that was hard for all of us, especially I think our senior group. This is, our senior year, it's not the way we wanted it to be. And for it to be canceled, it was obviously upsetting. But I thought we all had a mindset to just keep grinding. We knew something was going to get figured out, and it did. So we were all really happy about that. The recent stuff, it comes down to being safe too. We're decent. A lot of guys are positive, and you got to make decisions that are best for everybody, and we don't want more people getting it. It's not a good thing to have it, So, I mean, those were made. Do I disagree with them? Not at all. I think that was a smart thing to do with the things that were going on. I'm just happy we're back at it this week, ready to play some football. So.
I always say that guys who have been injured and then they come back, they appreciate the game more than ever. I guess that's all magnified now, Cole. I mean, not an injury, but just the circumstances of COVID. When you got back on the practice field for the first time again here in the past week, did it feel like almost like kind of a get out of jail card? Here we go. We can go about our lives here a little bit again.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, even when we started practicing and then the season got canceled and to come back, you know, all those emotions, everything, thinking it's done, to be able to step on the field again, you know, that was my senior year thinking it was over. Strong feelings, pretty upset, you know, and to be able to come back and step footed as a Badger again on the field and knowing it's not over, you really take it for granted. And now you just know that, you know, really, but yeah, like how things happened last week, you never know what's going to happen the next week. So you just really got to appreciate every time you step on the field because you never know what's promised to you the next day. So I think all of us as a group have embraced that role and to make every day count when we're out there. So.
Cole, I've got to think that every program in America is doing all it can to build depth, every position group of every program. I know Coach Rudolph has referred to you as a guy that kind of looks to for leadership amongst the O-linemen. Is that a role that you embrace even more because of what is going on this season, not just with the Badgers, but everybody in college football?
Yeah, definitely. And I like having the role. I know a bunch of guys also on the team have those roles, and I really enjoy being one of those guys that guys can come to when they have anything. And I also like to lead by example. Like I said, having that mentality every day, not taking it for granted, busting your butt every day. I mean, the guys see that, and I want them to do it too. So just keep it rolling, and hopefully the season stays the way it's supposed to the rest of the year, and we can do what we want to and intend to as a team this year.
I would imagine the way older guys helped you when you got here. If I'm a Logan Brown, if I'm Jack Nelson, I'm picking your brain every chance I have. I know that it's the culture of the program, but probably kind of fun too, right? Because you were the students and now you're a little bit more of the teacher with these young guys.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I remember trying to pick Ryan Ramchek's brain, and that was who knows how many years ago. And then Dieter when he was at tackle, and now it's even. I mean, it's fun. Like when I played next to Dieter, he made me better as a player playing next to a guy at that level. Now you got guys like Tittman playing next to me, or Furtney, or just younger guys, or Brown, like you said, or Jack talking to me through stuff. But now I can be that guy that can make them better and talk them through pre-snap what they need to do to help them up their game. And hopefully that will benefit them the way it benefited me through the years here.
Appreciate your time. That is Cole Van Lanen, left tackle out of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Stay with us. We have more to come as we continue with the Badgers Sports Report.
Because of this, we made Ford Super Duty the most capable heavy-duty pickup ever. Because of this, we built Ford F-150 with 375 horsepower and best-in-class payload.
Rescue 614 en route.
Because of this, we built Ford Ranger with the terrain management system. And because Ford trucks are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand.
We believe in education. We believe in public schools. At WEA Member Benefits, we believe in helping Wisconsin public school employees and their families achieve their financial goals by providing personal insurance, retirement and investment, and financial planning programs that are designed specifically for the education community. WEAbenefits.com.
The Badger Sports Report is built by Ford, a proud partner of Wisconsin athletics. By Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Hy-Vee proudly supports the Wisconsin Badgers. And UW Health Sports Medicine, the healthcare team for the Badgers. Learn more at uwsportsmedicine.org.
That's a wrap on this week's edition of the show. We thank head coach Paul Chryst as well as Badgers senior offensive lineman Cole Van Lanen for joining us. Right back on the road next week for Wisconsin as the Badgers make the bus ride to Evanston to take on the Northwestern Wildcats. We'll talk to you next week. Thanks for watching.
Ordering groceries online from Hy-Vee is easy, and how I save time, especially during the holidays. For me, it doesn't get any better. Hey, I'll pass the rolls.
Please pass the gravy.
I got you.
No. I'll do it. Hy-Vee Aisles Online. We deliver to Mahomes and your home for the holidays.
Does anyone need a knife?
No.
Compeer Financial has always been there for our clients and communities in any situation. And our support continues today as our clients work relentlessly to feed, clothe, and fuel the world. Compeer is proud to continue our strong commitment to our clients, the rural communities where they live, and to agriculture. We're here to help meet the financial needs of rural America. And we'll navigate through this together.
You've heard the saying, if it looks like bacon and it tastes like sausage, it's probably Johnsonville sausage strips. Oh, you never heard that? Well, sausage strips are pretty new. They're strips of sausage in amazing flavors like maple and chorizo. You can find this meaty miracle by the bacon, even though it's sausage.
Whoa.